Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Block by Block series. If you are unfamiliar with the Block by Block series, it is a series where I take one of these shulk boxes, ignore the colored shulk boxes as they represent shulk boxes in themselves, and I will take one of these boxes, put it on the pedestal, and we will find out what block or block type it is that I am working with today, and I will give you a series of facts based on that block or block type. So let us grab a shulk box for today and find out what we are doing. And the block type or variance of block types for today's episode is Tuff, which is not a fun block because I, off the top of my head, cannot think of anything. So let me go do some research and I will see you in a bit. Starting off with fact number 1, Tuff was added all the way back in June of 2021 in 1.17 as a part of the Caves and Cliffs update. Fact number 2, in real life, Tuff is an actual thing that you can find. It is a strong type of igneous rock which forms from compressed ash resulting from volcanic eruption, which sees extensive use in Marian architecture. Tuff in Minecraft is somewhat similar, with the texture representing that of a rough uneven surface, which appears to be the result of a volcanic ash formation. Fact number 3, back with the naturally, Tuff can naturally generate in ore-like blobs, so the giant patches of it that you find while mining, but it can also naturally spawn in chiseled variants or any of the many different variants that you see back here in trial chambers, and trial chambers only because that is the only place that Tuff currently spawns. Fact number 4, Tuff was a very hard thing to really find facts on, so I'm getting creative here and I'm using the Tuff Golem, which was a losing mob for the mob vote of the particular year that it came out. The Tuff Golem was a golem that would have been built by the player if a wool block was included while building it. The Tuff Golem would have worn a cloak matching the color of the wool block. The Tuff Golem was described as a statue that would have held and displayed any item, but when it wakes up it would have also moved around while either holding an item or pick up an item if it is not holding one. The Tuff Golem would have returned back to the spot that it woke up from before turning back into a statue. The Tuff Golem was one block tall, so players can also stack them. It essentially acted like a statue, armor stand, item frame combination. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time I have for today, and if you have enjoyed, please do leave a like and subscribe, as it helps me out a ton. I did a little rework of the organized system that I have going on here, putting certain blocks with other blocks, and you can kind of see that I've added another row of shulker boxes, or at least finished off the row, because there are other blocks that I want to cover that originally were not in this row. So yeah, stick around for this last row because seriously it gets interesting. Each row is based off of each category. Since I don't think I've explained this, let me just quickly do that. The first category that we're doing is obviously the entirety of the construction section, so this whole section. Obviously as I go, certain items come across from the items category and so on. So I'll do the entirety of stairs, which I did, the entirety of doors, which I did, and so on. But let's say I get to coal, for example, I will then pull also the item variants of coal and possibly even charcoal. So yeah, that's the general idea. Is I'm doing categories of construction, then we'll move down to items somewhere along here, or weapons and whatever. The second category here, equipment, that's what it's called, and then we'll move on to items, and then the nature category, which is way down here. And then this very last row will all be the command stuff that you can only get items like barrier blocks or command blocks through the /give command. That is a general idea. Just figured I should explain that since I actually didn't do that when I started the series. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.